Hey everybody, Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding y'all well, that y'all are smelling great and feeling even better. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty stoked about today's video. As you can tell by the thumbnail, today is a collaboration and will be in collaboration with the homie Jeremy over at the House of Kollasus. First things first, I want to thank you, Jeremy. I genuinely do appreciate that you would do this. Hopefully this is the first of many collaborations in the future. So here's how this is going to work. Today we're going to talk about some Middle Eastern fragrances. Jeremy is going to present 5 of his favorite Middle Eastern fragrances at the moment. He's going to hand it off to me, and then I'm going to present my 5 favorite Middle Eastern fragrances as well. In totality, this will be a top 10 list. In the spirit of not rambling though, I'm going to hand it off to Jeremy. Let's get into it.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Jeremy. You're tuned into the House of Kollasus, man. Big shout out to my boy Mike over at iSMELL for including me in this collaborative video. I'm very, very appreciative of it, Brody, and I hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing good. I will leave Mike's his tag in the description box, man. Y'all go check him out. My boy putting out bangers. One of my really good fragrance bros, man. But he said, Jay, I need your top 5 Middle Eastern fragrances as of right now, man. I was like, bro, I got plenty. And this can obviously change as of tomorrow or next week, but right now I'm gonna give you guys 5 of them that I'm rocking out with, that are absolutely blowing me away, that I'm loving, that I'm digging. And hopefully you'll pick some of these up, man. Some of these are fairly inexpensive. I wanna let you know that. Most of these I've purchased off of fragrancebuy.ca, I think except for one. But as my saying goes on my channel, man, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. Let's hop right into this list. First fragrance I got for you guys, man, this is very nice pineapple fragrance. It's a beauty, very mass appealing. There's pineapple, there's musk, there's vanilla, probably a bevy of other fruits as well, but I mainly get pineapple. Coming from the House of Kollasus Al Farsan, y'all. And that is Lattafa's Kollasus Al Farsan, I'm sorry. But man, like, I purchased this, like I said, off of fragrancebuy.ca for about 20 bucks, maybe a little bit less than that. Really, really nice scent, man. Longevity ain't as great. It's about a 5-6 hour fragrance, but hey, for a lot of people, that's more than enough. But I really, really love the way that smells. Definitely pick it up if you don't have it. Another fragrance I got for you guys, man, this one's coming from the House of iSMELL. This is a very refined, kind of dark and bright fragrance. Like, you would just really have to experience this fragrance in order to understand where I'm coming from, man. It's a bevy of notes in it. There's oud, there's lavender, there's sandalwood, there's hacora, there's lime, there's peach. So there's a bevy of different type of fruits, and there's this lavender that kind of gives this like this smooth, kind of gentlemanly type of vibe, and then the sandalwood and the oud just rounds it out and makes it a very like smooth fragrance, man. This one coming from the House of iSMELL, as I said, and that is iSMELL's Hacora Wood. And this is a beauty. Man, this stuff smells good. You really just have to experience it, man, to be honest. Lasts forever. Oh man, that smells so good. This one is probably gonna be the most expensive out of this might be my scent of the day. Sorry about that. But this is the most expensive out of the bunch, man. I paid probably about 90 bucks for this. Regular retail is about 170. Man, that smells good, bro. You get a blast of those fruits. That hacora lime is like this sweet and tart vibe. Then you got like this lavender, and it's a fresh lavender, and it's just so smooth, kind of gentlemanly in a way. Then you get this, I'm getting the sandalwood. Man, this smells so good. Yeah, man, Hacora Wood, man. Pick that up if you don't have it. And if you do have it, let me know. Next one I got for you guys, another cheapie, fragrancebuy.ca for about like $32, $33 is what I paid for this fragrance, man. This is a rose oud fragrance. There's rose, there's oud. I get violet in there as well. There's also vanilla. This one coming from the House of Ministry of Oud, guys, and that is Ministry of Oud Satin. This is a clone of, or interpretation of, Mason's Francis Kirkjohn Oud Satin Mood. I've never smelled Mason Francis Kirkjohn Oud Satin Mood. However, This is stellar. You get a nice, fresh, very jammy, sort of jammy rose. You get this powdery nuance. There's some violet, and then it's wrapped around some nice, sensual, sexy vanilla and oud. It's not a super oudy fragrance. If anything, it's probably not none in there at all. But it does have a woody base, and that vanilla just wraps around that jammy rose. And this is stellar. Longevity on this is nuclear. I will wear this more so in on special occasions. You can get away with it in the spring, winter, and I'm pretty sure the fall as well. But you probably can get away with this in the summer too if you actually adjust your sprays. Nonetheless, man, not to get into all the antics, but a one that I'm loving and it probably in my top 5 right now, and that is Ministry of Oud Satin. So the fourth one I got for you guys, man, is coming from the House of Lattafa once again. I really dig the House of Lattafa. As of right now, man, they cannot miss. From all the ones that I've purchased with them so far, man, they've been stellar. This one is another rose oud fragrance, man, from them, and this one is a clone of Initio's Atomic Rose, and this is their version, which is called Bala Oud Amethyst. And this is, rose, saffron, and oud. At least that's what I pick up to my nose. I'm pretty sure there's probably another few notes that's in here. I do get a kind of peppery, spicy nuance as well. But for me, what I pick up to my nose is this really nice rose saffron, and then once it dries down, it's accompanied by some woody essence and oud. And I really like the way that this smells, man. Longevity on this is nuclear as well. I believe there's probably some fruits in here too, some type of fruity nature that you can actually smell off the atomizer as well as that rose. Or maybe it's different types of rose. Maybe there's Bulgarian or Turkish rose in here as well, but you definitely get rose. I really love the way this smells. I wore this to work actually a couple days ago, and I got some compliments from my coworkers who are women. It was like, "Oh, you smell so good," and I was like, "Thank you." Nonetheless, man, something that I'm really enjoying. That is Bala Oud Amethyst from the House of Lattafa. Next one I got for you guys, and this is the final one, man, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video as of right now. But the final one I got for y'all, man, is a Love at First Sniff. I really enjoy this. I purchased this off of eBay for about 25 bucks, man, probably about a year and a half ago, and I really enjoy this, man. If you don't want to spit out the coin to get Tom Ford's Black Orchid, you can always get this one, man. This one is Ardal Zaffaron Oud 24 Hours. To me, this is very close. I have smelled Tom Ford's Black Orchid, just the original one, the one that's in the black bottle, and I liked it. I thought at first it was a little too pungent, and honestly, what the place around me for Granica or whatever fragrance, Perfumania, they were selling it for about like $190, and I was like, man, I'm pretty sure I can probably find a clone that's probably just as good. I ran across a few channels and they were talking about this, so I picked it up, and I love this. And I think this is just a little bit more rounded out as opposed to Black Orchid being a little bit more pungent. But basically everything that Black Orchid does well, this does it even better, in my opinion, and it's just a little bit more rounded out, man. And I love the way that this smells. This is killer. Kind of straddling the line of masculine and feminine, but wear what you want to wear when you want to wear. But this is nice. What did Fabulous say back in the day? Nice. This is what this is, man. I really enjoy this, man. That's gonna wrap out my 5 fragrances, 5 Middle Eastern fragrances that I'm really digging right now, man. As of right now, because like I said, it can change, man. I could have put so many in here, man. I had a few from Rihanna that I wanted to put, but I ain't really been feeling them like that. I got a few from Al Haramain that I wanted to put. It was a lot. It was a lot, but nonetheless, man, these are my 5. I hope you guys enjoy. Once again, shout out to my boy Mike over at iSMELL for, including me, bro. I appreciate you. Until we meet again, as I say.
Thank you, Jeremy, for sharing some of your favorite Middle Eastern fragrances with us. Several of those I have not even been able to get my nose to. One of them that I have been wanting to smell is that Ajmal wood. If y'all have smelt and are familiar with any of the fragrances that Jeremy mentioned just now, by all means, feel free to leave a comment below. I would love to hear y'all's feedback, but I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I'm gonna talk about my first fragrance now. The first fragrance on my list comes from the House of Afnan, and the name of the fragrance is Tarathi Blue. As the name would imply, this is through and through a blue fragrance. It was just launched this year and is starting to catch a wave because many people are keen to think that it shares many similarities to a $400 fragrance from Bulgari's niche line called Tiger. I have not been fortunate enough to smell Tiger yet, but there are individuals within the fragrance community, specifically speaking Juan over at Fatboy Fragrance, who says that they both share many similarities, and I'm inclined to believe him because Tiger is his signature scent. What I can confirm with y'all right now though is that Tarathi Blue does share many similarities to a couple different fragrances in my collection. Those would be Bleu de Chanel as well as Missoni Pour Homme. In this fragrance, you're going to get a bitter grapefruit. You're gonna get dry woody notes. You're gonna get a warm amber accord as well as tons of musky ambroxan. With this fragrance, what you are going to be getting is a fragrance with more class than your average blue fragrance and something that has more longevity versus your average freshie. If you want a fragrance that has both of those qualities and costs a fraction of the price when compared to both Bleu de Chanel and Tiger, then Tarathi Blue is definitely a fragrance worth checking out. The fragrance at the #1 spot, Tarathi Blue by Afnan. Okay, so the second fragrance on my list today is going to be, out of all the fragrances I showcase, the least complicated to pull off. If you are new to Middle Eastern fragrances, this is going to be the perfect introductory scent. It comes from the Middle Eastern House of Paris Corner, and the name of the fragrance is just Bergamot. This one was just recently launched a few months ago as well, so you're not gonna find too much information about it. But what I can tell you is that it is a clone of a $300 fragrance from Le Labo called Bergamot 22. Mind you, just Bergamot is a fraction of the price. You can pick this one up for about $60. It's not popping up on the discounters and you can't buy it retail. It is kind of hard to find. What I'm gonna do is save y'all a lot of time and leave a link in the description. This fragrance is at its very core a refreshing, feel-good citrus aromatic with a warm, creamy dry down. Noticeable notes on this fragrance is going to include a bitter bergamot. It's going to have green petitgrain, a very clean vetiver, warm musk, as well as a creamy vanilla. This fragrance is office safe, gym appropriate, and signature worthy for hot weather. If you want to smell like Bergamot 22 on a budget, this is almost indistinguishable from that fragrance, and you're only going to pay $60, then definitely look into Paris Corner's Just Bergamot. So the third fragrance on my list today is no stranger to the fragrance community. In fact, it's a fragrance I literally have showcased on my channel a couple times already. The third fragrance comes from the respected house of Rasasi, and the name of the fragrance is Rasasi Hawaz. A lot of people think Rasasi Hawaz is an Invictus Aqua clone, but that would be a common misconception considering Hawaz came out in 2015, literally before any of the Invictus Aqua flankers came out. At its very core, this is a sweet but also refreshing aquatic fragrance, which hints at that bubblegummy vibe, which makes sense why people would compare it to Invictus Aqua. The notable notes on Hawaz is going to include a juicy plum note, a cinnamon spiciness. It's gonna have ozonic watery notes as well as a musky ambergris, which contributes to this fragrance's stellar projection. I'm not sure what they put in this fragrance to make it last so long, but yes, this fragrance has eternal longevity. If you want a highly versatile fragrance that can be worn all year and is gonna garner you tons of attention and compliments, this is definitely a fragrance worth checking out. As you can tell by my juice level, this is a fragrance that I literally wear. At the #3 spot, Rasasi Hawaz. So we're gonna be sticking with the house of Rasasi as we transition into into this fourth fragrance. In terms of price point, you will be hard pressed to find a more quality alternative to Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather than you will when you wear Versace's La Yucawam. This is going to be a slightly sweet leather balm with both animalic and smoky undertones in the dry down. The noticeable notes on this fragrance is going to include a slightly sweet raspberry, a very rich leather accord. You're gonna have dry woods as well as dark smoky undertones. This fragrance is a cold weather powerhouse. For that reason, it's not gonna rank as the most versatile on my list, and it also wears rather serious, so some people might find this to be challenging. But if you're looking to level up your fragrance rotation for winter, this is a fragrance I absolutely vouch for. At the $60 price point, this is niche level stuff. If you want a fragrance that you can wear a ton for winter, I have been, this is definitely a fragrance worth checking out. The fourth fragrance on my list today, Versace La Yucawam. Okay, so last but not least is going to be a rather new acquisition into my collection. It's a fragrance that Jeremy actually influenced me to purchase. I am still getting to know this fragrance, but the more I get to know it, the more I come to appreciate it more. It comes from the House of Kollasus, and the name of the fragrance is Cayenne. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, out of all the fragrances that I talk about, this one may come across as the most challenging as it wears in terms of its scent profile, rather Middle Eastern. The notable notes on this fragrance is going to include an animalic oud, a cinnamon sweetness, a cardamom spiciness, a creamy sandalwood, as well as smoky incense in the dry down. What I appreciate the most about this fragrance is its development when you consider the price point. That price point is $30 on Amazon, and at that price, it's an absolute steal. It's a steal because you get a little bit of everything. It's warm, it's woody, it's spicy, it's fresh, it's smoky. It's everything you would want in a fragrance, literally. If you want an extremely wearable Middle Eastern fragrance that is complex and well blended, you're going to be hard pressed to find a better fragrance than Lattafa Cayenne. All right, you guys, that pretty much wraps up the list. Those are 10 Middle Eastern bangers that you should absolutely try. I want to thank Jeremy for hopping on this collaboration. I really do appreciate it, brother. You say the word, I'm going to hop on your collaboration, no questions asked. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy fragrance-related content, if you found value in this video specifically, I am going to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Listen, it takes like 2 seconds. Just click the button. It's free dollars. It doesn't cost you anything. I certainly do appreciate it. And while you're at it, check out Jeremy's channel. I will leave a link in the description below. We have a ton of exciting content coming down the pipe, so please do make sure you stay tuned. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care. Stay safe. Bye.